Okay guys, this is WassamattaU, reporting from the Portland Waterfront, looking for pigs. If I see any, I may go live. I'm just videoing for now. There's a lot of people here. That looks good. Look at this, guys. This looks tasty, very tasty. I don't know how you get a permit to do that, but a permit, imagine that. On the 4th of July in supposedly free country, you can't even sell a hot dog without a permit. You can't do anything unless you're a multinational corporation, then you can do anything. Anything you want. Anyways, I'm down here looking for criminal oathbreaker pigs. We'll see if we find any. I know they're probably crawling all over here thick. I've already seen a number of them driving by me on the way down here, and I made sure to give them all the big bird because every one of them is a criminal oathbreaker. Here we go. That's kind of weird stuff. There we go. That's getting better. Getting better. Guys, I'm surprised there are not pigs crawling all over this place. Usually there are. Hell yeah. Some pigs, guys. Let's find some pigs. Let's find us some pigs. You know, I would say maybe they actually have the sense not to show their pig faces on the Independence Day, but I seriously doubt it because most of them are not that smart, and even if they were that smart, they're still so arrogant and ignorant. They don't know what their jobs are. Their job is supposed to be to uphold rights. All they do from day one is violate rights. I don't know how anyone could have ever thought that it's okay for these pigs to be incessant, constant liars and think they're going to be good people. They're not good people. They're the opposite of good people. Of course they are. You can't be an incessant liar, especially trying to lie and fool people so that you can throw them in a cage and be a good person. You can't do it. The two do not mesh. Incessant, disgusting, despicable liars who pretend to be your friend and try to trick you so they can arrest you and throw you in a goddamn cage over some so-called victimless crime, oxymoronic victimless crime that doesn't fucking exist, that's unconstitutional and unlawful under our supreme law of our land. Which, by the way, guys, auditors have got to stop saying things to cops like, you need RAS, blah blah. You might as well say to them, hey buddy, let me do this for you for officer safety, blah blah blah. You know, you might as well say to them, you might as well say to them, I'm a traitor to our Constitution. I believe in case law gibberish that was most of our founders' greatest fear for this country. And I'm gonna get into that here too, because I don't know, I've talked about it on lives before, but I haven't made a video where I speak about it. You know, I probably should have organized my thoughts before I got down here, but I didn't. I'm just gonna ramble. If you don't like it, turn the video off. I don't care who likes me and who doesn't. That's something that left my life quite a long time ago. That kind of caring about that kind of stuff. Especially since people that don't like me tend to be pretty bad people, I think. I mean, who knows? You can just not, there's people I just don't like, and, you know, whatever. They don't, but, you know, if you're gonna hate on, so I don't go on their videos and talk crap, or on their live streams and talk crap. Kindness, people. Kindness. Not to pigs, just like not to Nazis. They're the same thing. Not to redcoats, not to traitors to our country, not to people who go around brutalizing people, violating rights, inalienable human rights that they know nothing about, as we've seen in tens of thousands of videos now. I think I've seen 2 female police officers who actually were able to list the 5 elements of the First Amendment. They struggled a little bit, but they basically got it. And that's it. Every other single one has been unable. They didn't have a clue. And of course, everybody pretty much knows what the Second Amendment is. So that's not a big accomplishment at all. Of course, they violate the Second Amendment in any state where there are so-called gun laws, despite the fact that shall not be infringed. It's pretty freaking clear. And you know, some people like to say that a cop's, Brian, one of the very few from Here's the Deal, love you, Brian. This is one of the few things that we disagree on. Their oath is absolutely not contradictory. If they knew anything about the oath that they take, they would understand the supremacy clause and the way that we have a supreme law of the land in this country. They don't understand that because they don't know anything about the oath they swear. But if they, that's why their oath is not contradictory, because when they swear to uphold the local laws and whatnot, they should be aware that any local laws that are contradictory, that in any way, any law, statute, code, whatever, behavior, it says behavior, policy, behavior, any of that contradicts anything in the supreme law of the land is null and void. Or at least it's supposed to be. I understand that's not the way things are being done, but that is the law in this country. And so their oath isn't actually, if they knew a damn thing about the oath they swear, it's not contradictory. Because they would know that any such local laws that they're enforcing are null and void if they in any way conflict with anything in the Constitution, Bill of Rights, or Declaration of Independence by virtue of reference, Article 6, Supremacy Clause. You know, a lot of these idiots think that we're actually somehow progressing by moving away from the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, but that's so unbelievably stupid and unwise and backwards of the reality. We are not, it's not progressive, it's regressive. It's absolutely regressive. Whoa. Oh, I understand. You don't have to be scared. She wouldn't walk in here if it was dangerous. I was like, what? You almost ran me over, but Yeah, they don't have to worry. I'm sure the person wouldn't, very likely at least, wouldn't bring a dog down that's going to bite someone like that, because that's going to get you in big trouble, unless you're a pig, in which case it's okay for your dog to bite someone and no one can fight back or do anything to even stop getting mangled and needing years of reconstructive surgery, if they're even fixable, if they're not permanently maimed. The canine cops, as we all know, are the most low-down, despicable psychopaths of them all. Both for sicking their dogs on people, which is unconscionable. You can't say enough about how sick that is. Unless, in a rare instance, maybe if you had, you're talking 1 in a billion instances where somebody had a little girl as hostage or something like that, maybe. But generally speaking, sicking dogs on people is unbelievably sick, but they love it. We've seen it in video after video after video. They are the most sadistic, malicious, disgusting, and that's saying a lot, because they're all sadistic. Not all of them are sadistic. Let me check that. Many of them are sadistic, as we know. Many psychopaths and criminals and people who, masochists, people who want to hurt people become cops, and then also order followers. Pretty nice. I'm not so interested in the fireworks. I'd like to find some pigs to film. This is interesting because I don't see any pigs anywhere. I'm gonna look over in this corner, actually. Boy, I actually see quite a few people that I recognize. Portland is definitely kind of a small town like that. I've seen the same people over and over living here over the years, like this guy. I'm not gonna film him for a long time, but I think he recognizes me too. I don't know who he is. I think I might have had a university class with him, actually, now that I think about it. Anyways. Yeah, I think he went to PSU, actually. Oh man, I'm remembering now. I can't remember his name. Anyways, alright. I'm not going to go back and bother him, but yeah, this is interesting because in years past when I've been down here, there have been pigs crawling everywhere. I'm going to actually shut the video down, I think, for a few minutes. I'll turn it back on if and when I locate any pigs. I don't know, maybe I should just continue my ranting. Getting hot. Yeah, getting overheated a little bit. I shouldn't have wore the sweatshirt, but I have a backpack I could put it in, I suppose. Yeah. This place, I don't know what's happened. I think there was an incident maybe last year or year before last. I think they kind of told them to back off, people down here, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure, but this is usually crawling with pigs down here. And I haven't actually seen one. I have not seen one pig. I've seen cars with pigs in them, but I have not seen a single pig on foot down here. Okay, I will continue my speech if and when here I find some pigs. Oh, wait, I followed that guy. He went too soon. See, I actually follow the crosswalk laws and all of that. I wasn't paying a lot of attention there, and I saw him go, and I just assumed, because he'd been waiting with me for quite a while, so I assumed it had turned, because I was looking down at my phone. However, oh, look up there, reds and blues. All right, here we go. Here we go. So anyways, I assumed that the thing had turned, but it hadn't. But that's not what I normally do. I normally, and not because I believe in control devices or don't believe in freedom. However, it's just a good idea because it keeps things cohesive and flowing, and that way you don't put someone else in danger of running you over, ruining their life and yours, possibly their life and yours. And just generally, it's a good idea. You don't have to. I'm not gonna hugely get down on somebody who jaywalks, especially when the street is clear. You know, things like that. However, you know, it's a good idea. It's a good idea to drive the speed limit or under. It's a good idea to stop at stop signs. You know, for the most part. Certainly it's the case that a lot of these stupid laws, like you have to signal some certain amount of feet before you turn, are complete garbage. Because first of all, I guarantee you there's hardly a pig in this country who knows what 100 feet is. There's hardly most people don't know what 100 feet looks like. And as part of your learning to drive, you're not going to run out there. Look at this right here. Look at this fucking pig right here. Oh, he's got a big old speaker on top. Look at this. Fucking criminal riot cops. Oh boy. Okay, we found them. What the hell is going on up there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got a whole bunch of the gang members. A whole bunch of the violent criminal gang members ready to come out here and escalate and get in their violence. I'm sure they're real hyped up for it. I'm sure they're real fucking hyped up for it. Fuck you, pig. Let's see what this is about. Fuck the force, they should be saying. They should be saying fuck the force. Fuck the police. Look at this. Imagine if the founders could come back today and see this shit on the 4th of July, on Independence Day. See these pigs dressed up like military? You fucking pigs. Disgusting pigs. Despicable motherfuckers. Happy fuck the cops day. They should be yelling happy. I don't know, I think these are Antifa idiots probably. Yeah. Nobody is blocking the police or the street. Nobody's blocking the street. Nobody's blocking the street, you pigs! Happy fuck the cops day! There's, you know, these people are kind of as bad though. If they're blocking the street. Oh, they're standing in that street, although that's blocked off anyways. No one's standing in this street or anywhere where there's actually traffic going. So because of cruisers, I happen to know they block that street off every weekend anyways. Yeah, so, who knows, but they're probably going to claim that, oh, they're blocking the blocked off street, a street that the pigs block off every night. Look at how they're dressed. Look at how they're dressed. Look at how they're dressed. Fucking criminals with badges. Shameful, shameful pieces of shit. Oathbreaker pieces of shit. Right there. Look at it, folks. Look at them. These are the fucking low-down, worst pieces of shit in Western society since the Nazis. Happy Fuck the Cops Day!
I was talking to him.
Fucking pigs. I'm surprised they're not actually doing something. I guess they finally learned after all these years that they can't just attack people for speech and protesters. You know, literally over something like half the department, or half the department just quit in a tissy tantrum after what they did in 2020. The violent, nasty shit that they did to reporters. Even local lamestream media propagandist reporters were fucking pissed because of what the cops did. I have a video on my channel where a local lamestream media reporter is talking to a pig, interviewing him, and he's trying to pig-splain, just like they do. Just watch it. I'm not going to describe the whole thing to you. You'll see. They can't take responsibility. They're disgusting. I mean, my God. All anyone has to do is watch. Okay, wait. Let's see what's happening.
If you stay in the street, you may be arrested or cited for disorderly conduct or other state or city offenses. Please leave the roadway now.
Fucking pigs. Despicable pigs. Now, I don't believe in blocking the roadway, but like I said, pretty sure this is blocked off usually anyways on holidays and weekends because they don't want teenagers cruising. You know, I got economically terrorized when I was down here at age 16. They had put a little fold-out sign on the corner by one of these streets that they had decided to close for the night. A little 1 foot tall fold-out sign. I followed another vehicle, 2 vehicles actually, that turned in front of me down that street. I was right behind the second one. And I'm not 100% positive, this has been years ago. I believe other vehicles had turned on that before that. However, there was a cop sitting there, and because I was a young teenager and he wanted to fuck my life up because they're pieces of shit, he stopped me, started talking to me about cruising laws, and said that I had disobeyed a traffic signal and gave me a ticket. Now, I went to court over this, and I wish I knew then half of what I know now. But the judge was just a corrupt piece of shit anyways. He did reduce the cost of the ticket from $275 to $200 or something like that. But that caused me to get dropped off of my father's insurance, and which was $75 a month, and to get and I had to go get other insurance on my own, which from then on out cost me $275 a month for the next 3 years. Do you know how many thousands of dollars that is? And they loved to do that to teenagers. Fuck you, pig. Fuck your mother. They are fucking disgusting. That one wants to arrest me. Fuck you, you little bitch. Cowardly bitch. Fuck you, you fucking bitch. Quit looking at me. Fuck your mother. She should have drowned you.
Oh no! Look, the riot cops here to arrest.
Riot cops, piece of shit motherfuckers.
Why are you in line here?
Because they're cowards. Cowards.
You always show up uninvited to the function.
They're the most despicable goddamn cowards in the world. Little pussy cowards.
You guys told us that the liaisons, which we already knew, you said the liaisons don't have any legal jurisdiction or power. That's embarrassing. Fuck the USA!
Who's SA?
Fuck the USA!
Oh, fuck the USA. I thought he was saying fuck USA. I'm a little slow here. I'm actually, part of what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get over my general anxiety about filming police and about stress testing the First Amendment. People are gonna say, you're harassing the cops and antagonizing them. Yeah, because I'm stress testing the First Amendment. There's nothing inappropriate about it. Not to mention They harass us every single fucking day, just like the story I was just telling you about, where they work to ruin a fucking teenager's life who just got their license. Disgusting, despicable pigs. They're the worst goddamn people in Western society. We need tribunals, convictions, and immediate carrying out of sentence, just like at Nuremberg, for all convicted. All legal-like. I'm calling for all legal-like. First, investigate them. Investigate them all. And they're all fucking guilty because they start violating rights on the day one. I'll tell you what, I'm the type of person, and I explained this to my friend the other day who's an ex-police officer. I don't like killing things. I don't like seeing things that have died. I will literally lose my shit over a dead baby bird on the ground. Sometimes. Or whatever. I spent 2 hours trying to revive a baby praying mantis the other day that had been caught in an errant, discarded spider web. And that's just the type of person I am. I was a vegetarian for 17 years until I just couldn't afford anymore. After I was in my coma and I lost everything I owned, I couldn't afford it anymore. I was living on the streets. I was on the streets for 7 years, the same amount of time that I was at university before that. And so I don't like, I had to start eating meat again. And I still don't really like to be responsible for things dying. I have nothing against people who eat meat. I think if anyone watches, I'm not going to get off on a huge tangent on this, watches the way that industrial meat production works in this country, and they don't at least have a pause about it and try to eat grass-fed, free-range, which who knows, that could be a scam anyway, but whatever the case. Excuse me for a second. Actually, I'm not going to snot on the sidewalk here. I'll wait until I get to the grass, but I got allergies. But yeah, so all of the, so anyways, I don't like to see people hurt. I've spent a good portion of my life taking care of the mentally and physically disadvantaged. And I don't know. I'm not trying to sit here and list my own virtues, but I just am trying to make a point that, and I think most anyone that knows me will tell you, I'm a pretty sensitive dude when it comes to things like that. And this is why I don't like these pigs. I don't like what they're doing. And I don't like seeing people brutalized, caged for no reason. Caged for assaulting a police officer because they pointed at them, or because a little spittle flew out of their mouth while they were arguing with some pig who was harassing them and bullying them, etc., etc. I moved over here to the possibly dangerous side of the street because even though I'm not going to be standing in the street, this is where people who are standing in the street are, and some idiot is starting a fire. Oh boy. People, do not do stuff like that. Do not do stuff like that. See, this is just asking for them to come and brutalize people.
Fuck that boy! Fuck that boy! Fuck that boy! Fuck that boy!
No. Not the fourth, the force. The force, people. Not fuck the fourth, the force. Anyways, I'm going to continue. So, actually, I'm going to quickly do my allergy thing. Hold on. Because I know from watching my videos how bad it sounds when I'm sitting there sniffle, 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 sniffle. It's incredibly annoying. But it's just, that's the reality of having hay fever and it being springtime. Or, for that matter, part of wintertime where there's a lot of mold. Anyways, I am quite a sensitive person in those ways. I don't want to be responsible for hurting people. However, if we had the type of tribunals for police that I'm calling for, and they're convicted, the ones that are convicted, and like I said, as far as I'm concerned, they're all guilty, I will pull the after their legal conviction, I will pull the lever, and I'll watch them drop, and I'll watch their feet kick until they stop kicking, and I will never have a moment's remorse, regret, guilt, nothing. Nothing, because when people are a threat to others in society, when they're a threat to inalienable, God-given human rights, you have to remove them from society. That's all there is to it. Whether they have a uniform on or not. There is no misconduct. We're all supposed to be created equal. They're called crimes. And these are the criminals. The worst criminals in our country, right here. Right here, folks, this is them. The worst, most disgusting criminals in our country, right here. Despicable fucking human beings. Yeah, you, sir. Yeah, you know it as well as I do. You're a criminal.
Do you mean it? Thank you.
Oh, I know it. You know it as well as I do. You know it as perfectly well as I do. Yeah, because you cover up for all the criminals among you. We've watched it in tens of thousands of videos. We've seen it in case after case after case. You can try to lie to me, but you can't lie to people who are educated. They're despicable. They are despicable. And look at how their attitude is. They don't want to know why, because they already fucking know why. They already know exactly why. And look at him. Look, okay, he looked away. Look at him trying to look at. Oh, let me think how I can go and hem that guy up for his free speech. So, anyways, as I was saying, I'll pull that lever. Never feel a minute's guilt about it. They have to be removed from society. Criminals who violate people's inalienable rights like they do every day, economically terrorize people. Who do you think is filling the prison industrial complex with mostly people who created no victims with their actions? Somebody has to be doing that. Somebody does. So if you still support police, what the fuck are you thinking about? You made me arrested. Alright, I'm going to pause this video for a minute and I will return to it here in a few minutes. I gotta kind of catch my breath. I've got scleroderma. My lungs are completely scarred over from it, unfortunately, and I'm fairly sickly. I'll probably sleep for 2 days just after this much exercise. It's kind of sad, but I mean, it's not my fault. I did nothing. I was the most healthy person in the world. I juiced vegetables, drank disgusting wheatgrass juice, ran every day. I had to, in order to get a workout, I had to sprint to the local public stairs that on the ridge or above the Mac stop on Foster, and my dogs couldn't even keep up. I had to tie them up at the top while I went up and down the stairs over and over and over just to get a workout and then do wind sprints home. Otherwise, I would have to run for 2.5 hours just to get, you know, somewhat of a workout. And I did nothing. I exercised my brain. I went to university for 7 years, and my body, my immune system turned on me at 32, maybe, something right around there. And it's not any fault of mine. And I know it actually is from something when I was younger, which is evidenced by my allergy onset at age 13. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, he's not a cop. He's a security guard, but boy, I wouldn't hire him. He looks like he's about to fall over. I'm not trying to make some fun of somebody's appearance, but he's huge, and I don't see how he's securing anything. But anyways, I'm gonna stop this for a moment, catch my breath, relax, do a little bit of my yogic breathing exercises, and I'll be back, guys, for more ranting. Stay tuned. WassamattaU out.